Hi, I'm Cathy Neptune and welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to share with you tips, tools, and recipes to make your time in the kitchen fun, fast, and fabulous. So I thought we'd do a little seafood, a little shrimp. Shrimp is so affordable, it's available. Keep some in your freezer. I'm doing a shrimp scampi linguini, and I would call this a very easy meal to make during the weekdays or weeknight, but yet it's fancy enough you could do for a dinner, and you'll see how we dress it up. We're going to do a very light citrus salad with some orange and orange zest and a vinaigarette. I think you'll really like, and it's very adaptable to whatever you and your family would like to include. And then a mango parfait with a little bit of kiwi to lighten things up and bring a little fruit into your menu for the winter months. I think that's important. So I thought we'd start out with the fruit parfait, the mango parfait, to start. And here I have a mango that I've diced up and I peeled, and you just slice down. The mangoes are kind of an oval shape, so you go with the flatter sides on the outside, you peel it, and then just slice it and cut it up like so. And then we're going to peel a kiwi. You know what I love? I couldn't find in the store, but they have a golden kiwi as well, a yellow kiwi that's very nice and very fruity and a little bit lighter in flavor than a green kiwi. So if you can get a yellow kiwi or golden kiwi, those are very nice. But this is also a nice contrast to the yellow mango. So go for color. And these you could do ahead. Mango doesn't discolor like an apple or a pear would, so you could do this ahead of time, or just assemble the whole thing and then put it in these pretty parfait glasses that we have here. And let's cut the kiwi, cutting off that little stem end that can be a little tough, and slice it into rounds. I love kiwi. You know what I love too is guava. If you can ever find some guava jam in your grocery store, that reminds me of Hawaii. And then move this so you can see, just dicing it in smaller pieces because our cups are a little small. So these, by cutting them smaller, they should fit into the glass a little better. That stem end is a little tough. You could do any combination of flavors too, but I thought, you know, we've never used mango and kiwi together, so I think that's a nice combination. And then I have here some granola. Any type of granola would be great. This I made myself. I toasted in the oven. It has dates and raisins and oats, a little bit of butter and cinnamon and walnuts. So we're going to layer this into the glass on the bottom. Let's do 2. This would also be a great breakfast treat as well. And then let's spoon in a little bit of this lovely mango. You know, it would be nice in here too. Blueberries for color and contrast. You could do raspberries. Bananas would be really good, especially with the granola. And then some kiwi. And that's just one kiwi. Look at all that you get from one kiwi. We'll use it all. And then here I have just some plain vanilla yogurt. So how easy is this? Just a nice little dollop for some creaminess. And all the juices from these fruits are going to spread out into your granola. And just a little topping to let everyone know what's in there. And those are our beautiful mango and kiwi parfaits with granola and vanilla yogurt. How fun, how easy and versatile. I hope you try these. These are great. Again, for breakfast too, with a cup of coffee. Nice start to a day. When we come back, we're going to work on our orange salad. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. We have completed our parfaits, and now we're going to get into a citrus salad or orange salad. And I think you're going to like the dressing. It's very interesting. And I have mixed greens here of any type. It's like a spring mix, which I like. It's very light, delicate, and you get a good combination of everything. If you didn't want to do that, of course, you could just do a baby spinach would be nice. But look at the colors and the textures in this. I think that's pretty nice. And then you could use a white onion, but I go for color, so I'm going to do a kind of a shaved red onion. Not too much, but just enough for a little piquant flavor in there. And I'm going to save that for the top. I love red onions. And remember my little trick, if you have white onions and you want them a little sweeter, you put them in some sugar and water and just marinate them for a little bit, and it makes them sweet onions. Or you could do a Vidalia onion, which I think is nice. And we'll put that along the top. Look at all the different colors in these salads. There's mesclun and butter lettuce and a little bit of baby spinach, arugula. You can't go wrong. So that. Then we have these lovely pieces of slices of orange. Let's just line them up like little soldiers here on the top of the salad. How pretty. I'm big on color and texture when you're cooking. It makes up for anything else that might happen along the way. So that's that. And then in here, I had fun. You know me and my olive oil and vinegars. I went in there looking, and I found a blood orange infused olive oil. So we're going to use that. And then I have a little bit of dark cherry balsamic vinegar, because you always need oil and vinegar. So I'm going to do about, we only have 2 salads, 2 portions. So a good tablespoon of any kind of vinegar, and you can certainly use a balsamic vinegar. I always have that in my cabinet. And the zest in here that I have is the zest of 1 orange. And I'm going to drizzle about 2 tablespoons of the cherry balsamic. Or you could do a apple cider vinegar or a white vinegar, even a champagne vinegar. Do you know they make champagne vinegar? It's really light. And I use that if I'm doing Asian cooking instead of rice wine vinegar. It pairs very well with any kind of Asian recipe that you're doing. So we have that, and you can see it's a little thick. It blends in the viscosity of a nice, well-balanced vinaigrette. Then I always like to add a little bit of salt, and I like my Himalayan sea salt. Just 1/4 teaspoon, not much, but that brings out the sweetness. And speaking of sweetness, let's add a little bit of honey. I'm going to drizzle that in. Just about 1 teaspoon of honey. That's all we need. Now you could do, instead of honey, you could do a maple syrup, which gives it a nice smoky flavor. Or a little bit of brown sugar or white sugar. But I like the way the honey thickens it as well. You could put mustard, but I wanted to keep this light and a little bit sweeter. Mustard tends to make your vinaigrettes a little more dense. And then I'm going to drizzle this over, getting all the greens, and serve a little on the side. This would be a lovely Friday night, date night dinner. Or if you're having the girls over, or for company, or game night. It's very refreshing in the winter. And then these are toasted cashews. Now, we talk all the time about flavor and elevating flavors of things. Anytime you're using a nut, and especially in a raw application like a salad, you want to bring out, add as much flavor, and toasting them is the way to go. Now, you could put these in a skillet, and you can't walk away from these. They burn in a nanosecond. So if you want to stand over them and watch them and stir them frequently, it'll take 3 to 5 minutes on a medium heat in a dry skillet. Very important, a dry skillet. But you know what I did? I put these in my air fryer. I love my air fryer. We're going to have to do some recipes with my new air fryer. But I put these at 375 for about 3 minutes. I didn't have to stir them. I put them in a safe little liner from my air fryer, and I toasted them. And look at the color. These are cashews, just for a little crunch and depth of flavor. And these are great for snacking. You will love these. These are great. So that is our beautiful winter orange salad. This would be a meal if you wanted to add chicken to it, or a little bit of shrimp or seafood, even a glazed salmon with this. It'd be a whole meal. This is great. I hope you try this. And when we come back, we're going to do our shrimp scampi linguini. Quick, fresh, easy, and delicious. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. We're going to prepare our shrimp scampi linguini. I think you're going to love this. And I have my skillet heating up with about a tablespoon of olive oil, and I rinsed and drained and cleaned our shrimp. And it's very important that you pat them dry. And I'm going to season with a little bit of salt. I think I'll use the fine salt on this, like that. Just a little pepper. Seasoning as you go. And I think I'm going to cut these into 1/2 inch. I love shrimp. It's so easy, affordable. And in New England, we have really good shrimp. And these are the extra large shrimp. But you can use any size shrimp that's available, fresh or even frozen. And I'm going to take these, and I have about that much oil heating in our pan. And I'm just going to put these, and we're only going to cook them for about 3 minutes, a 1/2 minute on each side, over a medium-high flame. You want them to cook fairly quickly, but you don't want them to burn. And in here, I have cooked some linguini al dente, and we're doing this again, a recipe for 2 people. So I'm going to include the full recipe at the end of our show. I always include all the ingredients and the quantity. So this full recipe I've halved for today. And these cook fairly quickly. You want to turn them over in the pan. And you know they're getting cooked when they turn pink. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to use a fork. It's easier. I'm going to set these aside. Now you could cook your linguine ahead of time if you'd like, so that all you do is finish everything in the same pan. This would be good with crab too, or lobster. Okay, in another minute, these should be done. That's good, and I've reserved always reserve some of your pasta water when you're cooking, because instead of adding cream or any kind of dairy product or even milk sometimes, this liquid will help thin any sauce that you make and make it a little bit more creamier texture, because it has all the starches and also the salt from the water that you've cooked your pasta. So that's always a good tip. Save a little of your pasta water. We also want the zest and juice of 1 lemon. And I've washed the lemon, very important, and use a little kitchen scrub brush, a veggie scrubbing brush, because a lot of places use wax to preserve the lemons when they're in the grocery store, and you don't want wax in your recipes. So always use a scrub brush and warm water if you're going to use the zest. Or it's just a good general practice to do anyway. So you usually that yields about a teaspoon of lemon zest. Then we have 2 cloves of garlic in our garlic press, and some nice white wine. I like Pinot Grigio when I cook with seafood because it's a little fruitier and lighter and not as woody as some of the heavier one. So try and get a Pinot Grigio or a light white wine, but don't use a sweet wine, a Sauterne or any of those. Those are more for desserts. I'm going to turn the heat down. And those should be done. You can see that only took about 3 minutes, and they're beautifully done. You don't want to overcook your shrimp. And I'm going to take these out and add a stick of butter and scoop these out into a little pan. I'd say I used about half a pound of shrimp, about 6 to 8 ounces of raw shrimp went into this. Look at how pretty those are. Those are so nice. And then when melting our butter, and I've left the juices in there, and we're going to add our garlic. Let me bring the pan over so you can see a little better. And it has, you can see some of the little brown bits that we have in there. And I like to peel my garlic. It goes a little easier. Put it in a garlic press. I love the combination of garlic and lemon and wine. This isn't a heavy sauce, but it's very flavorful. And a lot of this you could do ahead of time, except for the shrimp. I wouldn't do the shrimp until the last bit. So depending on your flavor, this is definitely a lot of garlic. But if you're both having garlic, that's not a bad thing. So put that on. And I'm just picking up the little bits from the shrimp that we had in there. And getting that to saute to bring out the flavors. And then we're going to add our lemon zest. The lemon juice. And I may only use half of a lemon here because we're doing half a recipe. Now remember, when you're using these juicers, you put them cut side down. Otherwise it goes into your eyes. So it looks a little counterintuitive, but that's the way I roll. A lot of flavor. Put that in. And about 1/4 cup of wine. Exactly, approximately that much. I think I'm going to slice up the lemon for garnish. I think that'll look pretty. And then we're going to do a little bit of parsley. And we have some chopped chives here. And some Parmesan cheese. There's our garnish. Look at how that sauce is reducing. That's all flavor. And by sauteing the wine along with the lemon and garlic, it's going to reduce and give a nice brightness to this dish. So it's very important that you cook that down. And remember, we have our pasta water in case we need it. So we're going to take some fresh flat leaf parsley, which I love. And we're just going to chop it up. Fresh parsley always adds a freshness at the end of any of your pasta dishes. Very important when you can add flavor and color. This is a great addition. And set that to the side. And that has reduced quite a bit. I'm going to add some parsley, about a tablespoon and a tablespoon of chives. And then we have our linguini that we've cooked ahead. That should be good. Look at how that parsley and the chives have just brought that back to life. Fantastic. There we go. And last but not least, I'm going to toss in our beautiful shrimp. I'm just going to put this on to heat over the top of the stove, just to make sure your pasta is warm And I don't think we're going to need any more liquid, but we do have it just in case. And you don't want to overcook your shrimp. Remember, these are all cooked. So you don't want to overdo. And we're going to serve everything here as a light and fun, easy, affordable, most importantly, delicious dinner for two. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Look at our beautiful shrimp scampi linguini. And I'm doing this separate. It's red pepper. And not everybody likes it, but I like to put just a little hint on the top. And also some beautiful freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Again, these are all optional. And our lovely lemons for a garnish. That is fabulous. That is a light meal that you're going to go to time and again. That is a great main dish. And our salad, our orange salad with a light vinaigrette. Use in your pantry. Go into your pantry, be adventuresome, try all your balsamics, your flavored oils and vinegars, and use them on a salad like this. It's perfect. And don't forget the garnish with the tip on cashews. You could do walnuts, pecans, even pine nuts, but watch them very carefully because they do burn. And then a beautiful little parfait with mangoes and kiwi, vanilla yogurt. You can't go wrong with vanilla yogurt. And then a nice granola, store-bought or homemade, whatever you have available. And that has a hint of cinnamon in it too, so it brings another flavor profile into your desserts. I hope you try these recipes. I truly do. I'm excited to share these with you. And thank you to everybody who writes with your comments and suggestions and ideas. And let me know that you're cooking at home too. And remember to have your children come in and cook too if they're on school vacations or they're home. It's a great thing to do together. So thank you again for watching, and may the fork be with you.